A Course in Miracles. Lesson 353. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ to use to bless the world with miracles. Father, I give all that is mine today to Christ, to use in any way that best will serve the purpose that I share with Him. Nothing is mine alone, for He and I have joined in purpose. Thus has learning come almost to its appointed end. A while I work with Him to serve His purpose. Then I lose myself in my identity and recognize that Christ is but myself. Lesson 353. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ to use to bless the world with miracles. This lesson does not begin with the body being elevated. It begins with the body being emptied. The eyes are not becoming holy, the tongue is not becoming pure, the hands are not becoming powerful. They are being released from ownership, because ownership was the problem all along. Think of a violin left on a stage after a performance. During the concert, the sounds seem to come from the wood, the strings, the bow. But when the musician leaves, the violin makes no music at all. The instrument was never the source. It was only the place where intention passed through. Lesson 353 is the moment the violin stops insisting it is the musician. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet. This is not a declaration of importance. It is a confession of neutrality. They have but one purpose because they have no purpose of their own. To be given Christ to use is to withdraw the claim, "This is mine." And with that withdrawal, strain ends. Control ends. Self-consciousness ends. The lesson says learning has almost come to its appointed end. Learning ends not because information is complete, but because misidentification is dissolving. Learning was never about acquiring truth. It was about undoing the belief that truth was missing. What remains to be learned once the tool no longer claims authorship? Only how to step aside without flinching. A while I work with Him to serve His purpose. This is the last gentle compromise for a mind still afraid of disappearing. Working with Christ suggests two: a helper and a guide, a servant and a master. But this phase is temporary. It is training wheels for identity. His purpose is not to fix the world, not to save bodies, not to improve outcomes. His purpose is correction of perception through miracles, shifts in seeing that remind the mind it is dreaming. Every miracle says the same thing in 1,000 forms: you are not who you think you are. Then comes the line that sounds poetic, but is actually devastating to the ego. Then I lose myself in my identity and recognize that Christ is but myself. This is not self-aggrandizement. It is self-evaporation. The self that could lose itself was never real to begin with. Like a wave discovering it was never separate from the ocean, only shaped by wind for a moment. Christ is not a better version of the person. Christ is what remains when the person is no longer being defended. At that point, there is no longer a user of eyes, hands, or words. There is only use happening, miracles happening, movement without a mover, speech without a speaker, seeing without a seer. Learning ends because there is no learner left to improve. Only identity remembering itself, quietly, gently, without effort. That is lesson 353. Not the sanctification of the body, but the retirement of the illusion that the body was ever in charge.